Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunch with Linda. I'm Linda Daniels, and you are now inside Northampton Wools. We are here in sunny Northampton, Massachusetts. It is a beautifully bright day. There isn't a cloud in the sky, so we are celebrating that. Gorgeous sunshine out there. I hope it's sunny where you are. And it's supposed to get nice and warm. That's a sure sign that spring is coming. Definitely. We'll be looking for those daffodils and tulips to start popping up, hopefully in a couple of weeks. So hello to everybody as you join us. Hi, Penny. Hi, Dale. And there's Kate. Kate is here saying hi back because, again, I have to lean in. But look what I finished.
Yay.
Woohoo! This is Autumn Alpine by Caitlin Hunter, Boyland Knitworks. And I have been working on this for a while, but it is finally done. Let me stand up a little bit so you can see the whole body, so I can prove that it is really done. And it doesn't have ribbing on the bottom. It has, how far back can I go? It has the same pattern as on the cuff. There's a little bit of a knit and purl in the middle, but this is garter stitch with the color work in there as well. So it hangs very straight and flat, so it doesn't hug in at all. It was a fun piece to do. And it is on size 4 needles, so it does take a while. I did have to adjust though, because my gauge changed quite a bit from between the color work and the stocking net stitch, and also by the time you get down to the body, it's just round and round and round in stocking net stitch, and I tend to loosen up, especially since the weight of the sweater is hanging from that circular needle. It tends to pull the stitches down. So I decreased some stitches in the body after the color work was done so that the sweater would fit. Otherwise, it was going to be way too big. It still ended up being a bit too big, and so, true confession, I took the side seams in. It's knit in the round, which I did, but then because it was too big, I just took in a little bit on my sewing machine on each side and trimmed away the excess. It's something that I do for customers when their sweaters ends up too big, or they've had a sweater for a long time that's just kind of stretched out and needs to be resized for them. You can do that, especially if you have zigzag stitch on your machine. So that's all I did, was a straight stitch and then a zigzag stitch, cut away the excess, and now the fit is perfect. It hangs nice and straight. So I did this with Freya, the Freya Fibers Ombre Shawl Ball, and I pulled some other colors that we have so that you can see some combinations. So this one is called Woodsman, and it is a dark rust to a kind of a navy blue, but it would look great with this gold. Yeah. Really, really pretty with that. And this is the color that you would use up here, and this would be the background color. And what's great about it is that it does the fading by itself. Now, if you look at this pattern on Ravelry, you'll see lots of color choices and people that have done it in just two colors, 2 solid colors, so that you don't get the gradated effect. And then I chose one that was real springy. I guess I'm feeling that springtime fever as well. You want colors that really contrast. So you wouldn't want to pick a color that's in this as the background color, because it won't show up. But that sharp contrast will really make the yoke pop. And this is the color that Kate's making hers in. She's doing this green, which is called, what is this called? Lucas. Yeah, weird name. With the cinnamon, and we're using the Patagonia from Juniper Moon Farms, but that's going to be beautiful. I can't wait to see Kate's piece in those 2 colors.
That's my summer project.
It is your summer project. You'll have to bring it in at some point so we can see.
Oh, definitely.
And then if you go with a dark body, this is the charcoal. Yeah, this is the charcoal gray with this bright pink. Boy, that will look
Stunning.
fantastic. Absolutely stunning. They'll see you coming. People will follow you to find out where and what in the world it is. So think super contrast. And then the last colorway that I chose was this butternut kind of colorway with the green to the orange. I think those are beautiful, beautiful too. So we're seeing a lot of yoke sweaters show up on Ravelry. People are in the mood for that kind of work and that kind of sweater. So it doesn't have to be the Boyland or the Caitlin Hunter. This is Alpine, Autumn Alpine. Alpine Bloom is the version she did first, which is short sleeves. The Autumn Alpine is long sleeves. Hey, Bonnie. Bonnie is still here. She's not leaving until later. It was so fun to see Bonnie this weekend. Hey, Shelly and Sally. Hi. So there's a really incredibly beautiful sweater that just popped up on Ravelry. And I didn't plan on talking about it, so I can't remember what the name of it was, but it's just, it's incredible, incredibly beautiful. So look for those color work patterns. And if you like the idea of a faded kind of look where you don't have a million ends, I had two ends, the one I started with and the one I ended with.
Wild.
It's pretty fun. And yet you get all of this great color work effect. Now the Freya Yarns is a long colorway. There's a long, you need a lot of one color before it actually changes into the next. It's a very gradual change. So you also need to be prepared for that. You could get one of these skeins and think, oh boy, all this color, and actually end up having to knit quite a bit before you get to the next color change. So be prepared for that. It's one of the reasons why we did get the minikins. We also have some of those left because in the mini skeins, the color drag is shorter. So you get through the color before you're tired of it. And I'm just really, really happy with how this turned out. It's nice and light, but still very warm because it is all wool. So that is making me very happy to have it finished and blocked and able to wear it. You'll probably see me in it a lot. As we finish up winter. I just wanted to remind you guys that you have 2 more days to enter the raffle on Wednesday and Thursday. If you make a purchase, fill out an entry form with just your name and phone number, and look how many we have. This is stuffed almost solid.
Really is.
We are going to do the drawing live on Friday morning on Instagram, probably, right? Rather than on Facebook. So we'll be on Instagram live choosing the name. And what we're going to do is empty this jar into one of our big round baskets so we can really stir those names up so that whoever that is
Gets a chance.
has as much of a chance as whoever that is, because we want it to be fair. And remember, the raffle is for one of the smaller African baskets. It is a complete set of the Likey needles, interchangeable needles, and 2 kits for yarn to knit. One is to knit a hat or mittens, and one is to knit a little shawl from Beat Street Yarns, which is more of a summer kind of thing. Hey, Amanda. And speaking of summer, this bright light and March coming in very, very quickly and warm has us all thinking about spring knitting. And we turn the clocks ahead within another week. I think it's the second weekend in March. We jump the clocks ahead so that it'll be light until 7 o'clock. Now, I know a lot of you are gardeners and are going to be out in the yard right away as soon as possible, but there's still plenty of knitting time. And we have come up with a perfect spring into summer, not only project for you to knit, but also to wear. Last week, we think it was Wednesday. We can't really remember, but we got in.
We got so excited.
We got so excited. We got in the brand new Bonmoher or Bonmoher or Bonmoher.
I'd say Bonmoher.
Bonmoher. It's not bone mohair.
No, bon.
It is bon.
Bonmoher.
Bon
Good
mohair.
mohair. Good mohair.
There's the label with the name. If anybody can figure out how to pronounce it, let me know. Anyway, it's the brand new mohair from Urth Yarns. And if you watched the interview with Emery, he had it here. Did he show it here?
Yeah,
we tease it. We
Yeah,
did.
we
We
had
did.
little
We did.
bits of-
We were one of the very first places that he showed it, and we are one of the very first stores to have it in stock. It's so new that they don't have the pictures up on their website yet. So we haven't been able to put the pictures up on our website yet. But we got every single color that they make. And I'm going to show you some of them. This is their peach to pink range. This yarn is a 60% mohair and 40% silk, which is a lot of silk. It just feels so luscious. So very, very, very luscious. Hey, Catherine, it's nice to see you there. And I'm just going to insert a personal note. Your mittens are ready. Because I keep forgetting to send you an email. But yeah, it is not hard to knit. It's not. You would be so surprised at how easy it really is to make this work. So they've got a color range in each of the colors.
That's my favorite.
I'm not necessarily putting them in any order, but we, like I said, we got all the colors, and you can't see them on the website yet, but you sure can see them in person, because here they all are. And what I did was there was a pattern going around last week in the Monday class that we decided to do with this mohair, and I am sending it out to you free in an email this afternoon. This uses 3 colors, 2 skeins of each color. And the way it's knit is you start with 2 strands held together of color A, and it's just stockinette stitch. It's like 96 stitches, and you just knit a row and purl a row. And after you've done 12 inches, you break off 1 strand of the first color and add a strand of the second color. So you're still knitting with 2 strands, but you have 1 of each color. And then after you've done 12 inches, you break off that remaining strand of color A, and you insert a strand of color C. So now you're knitting with 2 strands of that color, and then a strand each, and then 2 strands of that color. So you end up with this absolutely beautiful, lightweight, luxurious shawl, perfect for spring and summer. So I've got it wrapped around like a scarf. What I love about it is look at how condensable it is. I mean, this will go right through a wedding ring.
You could do one of those things where you fold it like this.
Yep.
And come around like this.
Yes.
Did I
And
strangle
now,
you?
no, you didn't. And now you can wear it like this, and then when you are chilly, yeah, it really shows the color nicely. But it's wide enough so that you can actually use it to cover your shoulders and your back and down your arms.
Like a cozy lightweight.
Now I chose very subtle peach, oops, right this side. This peach into green, into the gray. Very, very subtle, so that it's very calming, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very quiet, and
But it still reminds me of a garden.
yes, it is very much that early garden. But you could certainly get some bling going in this thing by taking other combinations of things. So you would do 2 strands 1 in 1, 2 strands, 1 in 1, and then 2 strands. And that's all you need. Now I used 2 skeins of each color, but I have a lot left over. And I am going to try this week to see if I have enough to make a smaller scarf, more of a scarf rather than a shawl. And I'll let you know next week how that turned out. So we do have it in stock. Like I said, we don't have pictures on the website, so you won't be able to choose colors there. Oh, it just feels, it's so squishable, so cuddly, so soft. You won't be able to choose colors from the website, but we do have it in the store. You can see what the colors are up close and personal. You can feel the scarf and see how wonderful and light and cozy it really, really is. So pick your colors, choose your favorites, get ready for some quick and easy knitting. It is on a size 10 needle. And like I said, it's just stocking knit stitch. So you're just knitting a row, purling a row. Very easy to pick up and put down. So if you're spending some time outside in the garden or getting the garden ready or raking or picking up sticks, and you want to calm down when you come in and settle, you can easily pick it up and know exactly where you are and get going with it.
Is the yarn hard to work with?
It's not hard to work with. It's a lace weight mohair, and when you double it, the mohair wants to go like this. It loves to be like that. It doesn't want to be like this. So when you are knitting with it, it kind of pushes away from itself. So it's really actually easy to knit into it. And it's not stiff, it's really, really soft.
And the two together maybe.
And the two together add a little more oomph to it. It would be, I would say that it would be harder to knit if you were knitting just with a single strand, because it is a lace weight and that is a big needle. You would have trouble sometimes finding the stitch on the needle. So doubled makes it much more manageable. I wanted to show you one of Kate's organizational skills. We showed you last week her I'm dropping everything.
Oh, that's okay.
Her
Bookcase
at home where she stores her yarn so that every morning when she wakes up, that's the first thing she sees and she can plan her day. What does she feel like knitting that day? But she also, collects little bits of yarn. So we have an idea to make a bunch of flowers, just the flower part, so that we can hang strings of flowers in the window. And Kate went through her little bit stash and pulled out all the bright colors that she thought would be good for making these flowers and stores them in this egg carton. It looks so much fun. When she brought this in today, I was just like, man, what are you doing with all that stuff? Well, we're gonna turn these into flowers for spring and have them all hanging in the window. And this little blue one is a miracle all by itself. For those of you that know, Kate does not like blue at all.
But there are blue flowers.
But there are blue flowers. There are blue flowers. So I just thought you guys would get a kick out of seeing what to do. And we all have ends. We all have those little bits of like, what are we going to do with them? Where do you put them? How do you keep them from turning into a big knot? This is definitely one way. And it's such a cute way because you can see every single color and basically how much you have of it too. I love that. Love that idea.
Being able to organize it by color.
Yeah, and that's effective to have it in colorway. That's a lot of eggs.
Yeah, I know. Well, people give me the carton.
Oh, yeah. So find a friend that has egg cartons
and
use it like that. I don't even know if I've seen that in the store. Those 24 egg cartons.
I think they come from Costco. Somebody goes
to
Costco.
Costco probably. That makes sense.
I'm really grateful
that makes
for that.
Big sense. Okay, so I talked about the raffle, and this is the end of February. As we move into March, it's kind of like a transition time. Most of your big, heavy winter knitting, you're either done with or tired of, right? It's like, oh, God, I still have that whole sleeve to do. I will be sharing a flower pattern. I will absolutely do that once we start working on those. It's a fun little project to do. Thanks for that question and that interest in it. So we are also beginning to feel that here in the store. The winter yarns are somewhat depleted. We still have plenty of them, but people move towards lighter weight knitting, smaller projects, and the cottons and blends, which we are beginning to get in. We got in a big order from Beat Street, which is the cotton and linen and hemp company that we did business with, and they are all in kits. We'll be sharing those as soon as we have the samples all knit up. And we're expecting an order from Universal Yarns. Will you give me that Trendsetter shawl? Of bamboo pop and another cotton. And then we got in a box of samples from Trendsetter Yarns that I am choosing yarn from. And they sent a sample of one of the cottons, and I wanted to show it to you because it is another faded color. This is probably, if not 2, 3 skeins. So that's probably a repeat.
The pink.
Somewhere right around there, from the pink to the pink.
So
and this is a shawl. This is a really pretty shawl and has a lot of drape for cotton. This is a worsted weight cotton, so you're going to be on a size 7 or 8 needle. And I'm showing it to you guys because I'm like, what do you think?
I love
hey,
it.
It goes with my.
It really does.
That's
I would
funny.
wear that. I love pink with green.
I think the colors are
Yeah.
really, really pretty. It doesn't come in a ton of colors, which is actually a relief for me because I don't have to pick 40 colors or pick from 40 colors. There's only about 10 different colors, and some of them are very, very pale, and some of them are really bright and happy. But I want to know what you guys think. Is this a yarn that you think I should bring in for the summertime? The patterns that they have done for it are this shawl, and they did a long sleeve cardigan and a little shell top as well. And I think that would be really, really pretty in that. This is one of the things that I'm thinking about ordering probably this week so that we can get it in here.
I love this colorway.
It's a very soft cotton, which means the spin isn't really tight. It's not a mercerized cotton either, and mercerization is a chemical bath that they put the cotton in to really firm it up and take away a lot of the fluffy dust or ends from the cotton, but it also can make the cotton feel harder rather than softer. When we have a soft single ply or ply with a wrap, it tends to keep it soft and feeling really nice. So that's just one of the yarns from Trendsetter that we're going to be getting in the next month. March will be a month when we get a lot of stuff back in. And so I wanted to also show you one quick. Quick is a combination of quick and sneak. One quick, sneaky preview of one of the patterns that I've done for Plymouth Yarn. I am ready to send everything off to them. They're going to do the photo shoot for these patterns on the weekend of March 9th and 10th. So I'm going to show it to you, but you have to promise not to tell anybody. It is their diamond anniversary this year, their 75th, and one of the very first yarns that they brought into the country was called Galway. It's their basic worsted weight, authentic yarn. It's not a superwash. It is 100% wool. And they asked me to do some Guernsey designs, which is the traditional kind of fisherman's sweater without cables. They're stitch patterns. It's not an Aran pattern, but a Guernsey pattern that the fishermen wore. And they jazzed the Galway up, a few of the colors, the traditional Guernsey color, navy blue, red, off-white and a gray with stellina, a little sparkle in it. And I've done them in a number of sizes. So are you ready? I'm gonna give you a quick flash. This is one of the cardigans that I did for them in the Galway stellina. Just like that. You can't really see the sparkle too much, but we're excited for those patterns. They'll probably be available in April or May, and we'll have a big party here. And speaking of big parties, did you see our new sign? Woo-hoo! We have a new sign in front of the store, and I am so very thrilled with it. A big thank you again to Jess at Hired Hand Studios up in Turner's Falls. They installed it on Thursday. It's still up.
She was so good. She like matched it to the building.
We chose the colors, and I'm so very grateful to her, and very grateful to Kate. Kate is the whole reason behind that logo with the yarn balls, and so we're very proud and happy to have her be that big a part of Northampton Wools. The sign is very beautiful, and I hope the next time you come into town that you take a little minute to take a good look at it, because it is gorgeous. So we are all set. We are ready for spring.
Yay.
Aren't we?
I really am.
Not really ready. We're getting ready for spring. I'm ready for no more snow. I don't know about you guys, but that I am ready for. So that's about it for this week, and hopefully it stays cold enough so that you still want to go knit something. Bye.